Hello and welcome to the Punters preview for Saturday's South Australian Derby at Morphettville, a 2,500 metre Group 1. Here to break it down with me again is Adam Brett. Adam, welcome.
Thanks for having me back. It was a good week last week,
back.
And yeah, let's crack into another one.
Yeah, indeed. So good racing last week, wasn't it?
It was great racing. I couldn't find GG's Mistruth, but I don't think too many people did. Got second, third and fourth, so I was okay with that.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a great run.
Yep. And your mate, Strictly Business?
Back this week, I might be having a little nibble at it again. Call me dumb or shit, but I'm not sure. But we're going to have a little shot at it again. But there's certainly a quality race with some other horses that might just give it a bit of a nudge.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are recording at 12:30 on Thursday, Melbourne time. At the moment, no scratchings. But if you view this later and you see that there have been scratchings, just bear that in mind. So we'll jump straight into it. There's a field of 16 horses confirmed at this point in time, plus 4 emergencies, including the favourite Accidental Bid. So we'll take a look at the speed map. Adam, talk us through it.
Yeah, the speed map looks interesting here. After summer, we'll jump out from barrier 18, probably come across and lead the way. Savvy Santa will be sitting behind it. Silver Sister, will be
Those
sitting there as well.
Confuse us.
They are going to confuse the hell out of me as we go through this. They'll be the 3 that probably lead. Wouldn't be surprised. Single Choice is normally the leader, but I actually wouldn't be surprised to see it sit back here. Just jumping out of a closer barrier, I think it's going to take a little bit of a different approach here because it blew itself up last time taking that lead. So I just think it'll sit back a little bit. Even though it did win, it still just looked a little bit lagging over that last couple of hundred. So I think that'll be the 4 that take us out. What I'm looking forward to, though, is the closing speed in particular. Geez, there's some runners in this that can come home strong. So when I'm looking at the sectionals, Silver Sister is one that will close out strong. Strictly Business is another one that will close out pretty strongly here. Don't mind one deeper into the pool too, Kazaroo out in New Zealand. That's going to be a bit of a surprise to see if it could actually close it strongly. It's currently longer odds at $51, but it's one that I'm expecting to close out.
Coming off a 7-day backup off the Oaks as well.
Yeah, so they're my big ones from the speed map perspective. Thankfully, though, this one's a wide open race. Just depending on what it's going to do. We are expecting a moderate pace, but that also leaves it open for a close, strong finish. But if someone can jump early, maybe do a Pride of Jenny. Maybe see something just go out hard and make everyone chase. But I don't know if anyone in this field's got the want to do that. We'll
start at the top with number 1, Single Choice. Heads to Adelaide off a pretty strong prep in 4 runs at Caulfield, which included 2 wins.
It has, and there have been 2 quality wins too. I really like what Single Choice has brought to the table this time round. I put it in my top 3. I don't think you can fault the form, particularly over the 2,400, where people would have questioned whether it can run out that distance, but it ran it out pretty strongly. Even though the time of that race was a little bit slower, it actually had some pretty good closing speed. So you can't knock it. It's had the win over the 1,800 in the Autumn Classic. Now had the win last start in Caulfield over the 2,400. Should be ready for this one.
Yep. Number 2 is Impulsive Reaction, who won last Saturday in the Chairman's Stakes. A number of horses come through that race here. It paid about $21. Daniel Moore in the saddle this time. Good run last week.
Yeah, great one last week. It is coming out of barrier 10. It's currently paying $19. I think this is one to watch from an each-way perspective. Look, don't get me wrong, it hasn't run out the 2,500 before, but it did look very impressive over the last run over the 2,000. So I'm not writing it off.
No worries. Number 3, KJ for Clayton Douglas and Mark Zara.
Interesting horse, this one. It's $9.50 currently. It's had a pretty good run out off its first 5 starts. I'm just not sure it's got enough to beat this group, but not writing it off, but not putting it in the mix just yet.
Yep. Number 4 is Autumn Mystery, also comes through that Chairman's Stakes, which a number of these will.
Yep.
Finished 9th, runs prior, probably needs a little bit of improvement.
Does need some improvement. Has run against quality, has run in Group 3s over its last couple of starts. Just not seeing enough from it to make me think it's got what's going to need to win here.
Yep. Number 5 is Savvy Santa, not Silver Sister. Chris Waller's only runner in the field. Jai McNeil on board this time, barrier 16. But comes through some good form lines.
It does. Can you imagine Savvy Santa and Silver Sister running side by side? How hard that'll be for the caller.
Imagine Kenny Gallagher doing that one. That would have been a ripper.
So I'm not putting Savvy Santa into the mix. I just think it's had a pretty good run. Don't get me wrong. Coming through in its last start. Look, I can't put it into this mix, even though it did run the Group 1 at Randwick. But, as we saw with GG's Mistruth, you never say never.
Yep. Number 6 is the NZ Galloper Geneva for Kylie Hoskin and Rory Hutchings.
Yeah, there's not much to suggest this has got much chance either, but I can't seem to take my eyes away from it. So I have put it in my mix for the top 5, top 6, mainly because of the run 2 starts back over the 2400 over in New Zealand. It's not the greatest race to be going from, but it's not bad either. So it's going to be able to run out the trip. Just times, they're not terrible. They're actually not too terrible at all. So yeah, I've put this one in the mix. Not sure, not 100% convinced, but we'll soon wait and see. It has just been recently gelded too, so that one is what's caught my eye.
Okay. Number 7 is Amazaki for Kieran Maher and Ben Melham, drawn out though in barrier 17.
Yeah, it's got the car park, but we'll forgive on that one. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. It's got places in its last few starts. It has run the 2400, even though it wasn't in a lightning time. Did finish third to single choice. It can close. 3-year-old running 2500 will be interesting to see whether it can, give the explosive speed over the last 400 in particular. But I'm not putting it in the mix.
Okay. Number 8 is Engine
of War. Let me save you there, Mark. Engine of War out of barrier 8. I do like this one. I think when you're looking at a horse and you want to see what it's done over its last few runs, the 15 into the 18 into the 2000, it actually enjoyed that 2000 in the Chairman's. This, an impulsive reaction from that race, even though, we are talking only 7 days ago, for me are the 2 to watch. But I have rated Engine of War to be in my top 3.
Thanks for saving me.
You're welcome.
Do you want me to chime back in again?
You can take it.
Okay, I'll come back. Number 9 is Flying Brant, 3rd in the Chairman Stakes, and Jason Holder on board this time.
Yeah, I'm not seeing enough to give it a rating. Look, $71 probably tells it enough of a story of where it is. It'll be interesting to see how it goes, but no, not seeing enough in the sectionals. Don't think it's going to get a favourable run in the speed either. So, yep, writing that one off.
Number 10's Arabian Prince, last start second at Caulfield behind single choice, but barrier 19 does get Jamie Melham.
Does get Jamie, does get the car park. He's going to have a pretty interesting run from there. Do they send it back? Do they put it forward? Not sold. I think they'll try and go forward. Once again, I don't think there's enough in this, but Michael Kent and Jamie Melham coming together does make me a little bit nervous. Those two have a pretty healthy relationship when they're on a horse. So I don't think it's going to end up where it needs to be. So I'm not going to put it in my top 5.
Okay. We move to number 11, Canay. Craig Williams to get the ride for Danny O'Brien from barrier 14.
Another one, 4 starts, has a win, a couple of placings in here, has, yet to run over 2000. It did well over the 1800, and I think that's one we do look at. Look, it has won second up, but it was only over 1300. I'm not sure this one's going to be able to see out the 2500. But geez, once again, Danny O'Brien, Craig Williams, you never say never, but I haven't got this one in the mix.
Number 12 is Wigmore, 7th in the Chairman's, T.O. Nugent on board this time.
Not enough speed for my liking.
Okay, quickly. Number 13 is Adam's old mate, Strictly Business. I'm looking forward to hearing the glaze on this one.
No, I'm not. I'm nervous and confident at the same time. It didn't run well in its last run. Look, you can make all the excuses in the world, but it is following a very similar pattern to when it went through for the Oaks win last year. It got caught well back in its last run. Then went searching 7 wide, had to then get checked, just never got a clear run. And I think Johnny Allen did the right thing, didn't seem to really want to push it once it didn't get the run. So we didn't see it run out that last 400. We know it can win over 2500, and we know what it was like in that Oaks run. So I'm just purely taking it on the Oaks run last year that it can win this race.
Yep.
And I do think 13 is overs. Am I confident that it's going to win? Not as confident as I would like, but I'm still going to back it in.
Okay. You're loyal, if nothing else.
Loyalty. Yep. Or dumb. Which one?
What do you think about after summer? It's come through some really good form in Sydney, or some big races in Sydney. Where have you got it here? Because it's definitely in the market.
It is in the market. I'm probably not seeing what everyone else is seeing, if I'm being honest. Look, the ATC Oaks was a good run. Nothing out of that has gone on to do anything, so I wouldn't say that form is amazing. And even when you look the start before that in the Vinery Stud, yeah, it was good, but, 2500 is a bit different to the 2000.
Yep.
So I'm not convinced that it's going to run a show. I think it's a bit too short for where I have it priced. I do have it priced at 9s, but, let's see what it does in this one.
Okay. Number 15, Silver Sister. If you follow us on socials, you would have seen last week that Adam tipped Silver Sister in the VRC St. Ledger.
Thanks for calling that one out. Yep.
Anything to pump you up?
Yep.
Where do you have her here?
Second.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think Silver Sister is going to be a really strong runner in this. Geez, I was impressed with that win in the St. Ledger. I just thought, you look at that, you look at the last 200, I think it had the second fastest 200 of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that over 2,800 metres. That's actually impressive. So I think it's got enough speed to give everything a shake in this. I'm still backing Strictly Business, but this is going to come in. I wouldn't leave it out of any of my exotics whatsoever.
Yeah, for sure. Number 16, so the last of the confirmed field as it stands is Kazaroo. Comes through the Oaks last week, as we mentioned, finished 7th there. Change of jockey. And draws the real car park.
Yep, and I think that's enough on Kazaroo. I'm not backing it at all.
All right. We'll move to the emergencies, and we're only really going to go through one because it's the favourite as it stands currently Thursday lunchtime. Accidental Bid for Kieran Ma was absolutely explosive, moving from 16 to 2,000 last start, and that is what's sticking in people's minds, I think.
Yep, and it would be criminal. An absolute crime would happen if this thing didn't get away. If Accidental Bid gets in, that's, for me, you're going to look at Silver Sister, Strictly Business, and Accidental Bid as your 3. They're the ones that I'm really backing in. I would imagine something's going to come out and this comes in. You draw barrier 2. Kieran Ma runner has got the 2,000 under its belt and won. This is going to be a tougher race. It's coming out of a benchmark 62, but geez, it was lightning. So
it was. And just sat hands and heels.
Yeah, it did. I can see it running third. I don't think it's going to have what it needs to get over Strictly Business and Silver Sister, sorry. I knew we'd get that confused at some point, but I do like what it brought last race.
Yeah, okay. And then 18's Lunar Force, 19 is Shotaro, and number 20 is Borchardt.
Nope. None of those interest me whatsoever.
We'll move through them pretty quick.
Maybe Lunar Force on its day, but no, not seeing enough.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Adam, if I gave you $100 to spend on the race, how would you spend it?
$100 on Strictly Business. No, just kidding.
You're surprised to know
not going on that one this time. $50 on Strictly Business for the win. I do think if you take the win each way just to be safe, that's a good way to do it. I do like the trifecta here of Strictly Business, Single Choice, and Accidental Bid. I think that's a one to look at. And then a first 4, take those 3 and add in Silver Sister. All
right, that's the runner-by-runner preview for Saturday's South Australian Derby done and dusted. We'll be back next week with a preview of the Goodwood. Should be a cracking race, and it always is. Adam, thanks again.
Thanks, Mark, and happy punting.
Happy punting. And thanks for joining us on the Punters Preview.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.